been waiting for this moment. I finally get the chance to play vanilla Minecraft. It's my turn now. And I know I've had the opportunity for like freaking 8 months now to play 1.8, but oh man, I finally am super inspired to play vanilla Minecraft. Super, super, super inspired for the second time now, because I already recorded this and I actually finished uploading it, but I was like, oh hey, it didn't render correctly. Let me just go ahead and re-upload this. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'll just delete it. And when I did, and then I found out I didn't exactly have the original copy of the video anymore, so that's why I'm here right now, because I'm doing it again. Fun, right? Yeah, I know. But, I mean, that last one, it was going pretty not special. There's nothing special. I didn't spawn near bunnies or anything like that. There is nothing 1.80 about it, but now, since there are bunnies, it makes up for everything. And what I actually really like, and I know a lot of people aren't gonna like this, but about the rotation of the grass and stuff, as you'll probably notice if you've been paying attention. This is science class, you have to pay attention now. I really wish that my science teacher would teach me about Minecraft, that would be amazing. But anyway, I kind of got off topic there. The grass textures are actually, get out of my face, the grass textures are actually being flipped around on each block randomly, and I think that's pretty cool. I know some people are probably going to be like, oh, that ruins the look of Minecraft, and I can understand that, because honestly, it's been changing a lot lately, ever since Alpha. Like, in 1.8, the look completely changed, and in 1.7, the look completely changed again. And now the look is completely changing again in 1.8 because all the blocks are rotating around. But this is something I personally liked to have in the game for a very long time now. Texture packs have supported this forever, but the vanilla texture pack hasn't supported this unless you install Optifine or something, which honestly I'm not exactly sure why it hasn't been implemented into the real game yet, but you can actually turn it on or off with the alternate blocks thing, which is good. But I am so excited about the slime blocks in 1.8. I cannot wait to build a missile silo and just... Oh, man. What did I tell you about getting up in my face? I can't wait to troll somebody with that. It is going to be so much fun just going like, oh, I'm still at my house, and sending a giant missile to blow up in someone's face. I mean, if they're actually watching this, they'll probably know it was me already, but still, it's just going to be so awesome being able to do something like that. Can you please give me the pick? Thank you. It will just be so awesome. So undoubtedly, so unreplaceably awesome. I'm going to keep the bunnies here because I'm planning in the very, very, very far future of this world to make a sort of potion brewery, and since punnies are very useful for potion making. Bunnies are very useful for potion making because of the fact that they drop an item that can be used to brew a leaping potion in 1.8, which I think is personally really cool. I'm also going to turn down the friendly creatures quite a bit because I don't want them getting too loud. I don't exactly want my voice to be drowned out by the sounds, now do I? Because that's been happening a lot lately. But I think, personally, that the bunnies are pretty cool. I know, once again, that some people are probably complaining about them, because honestly, like, they don't really seem very Minecraft-esque. The only mobs that have been added into the game as of late have been just mobs that look generally square, like pigs. There's rectangles with more rectangles, with another rectangle stitched on top of the other rectangles. But a bunny kind of actually looks like a real bunny, but I think, I don't know, as long as it's not as ridiculous as More Creatures got, because I think that mod kind of lost its way after 1.2.5. It started trying to be something that a Minecraft mod just can't be, and it started trying to make the models look awesome and the textures HD, and it did not fit the rest of the world very well. And that is why, if I ever want to use More Creatures, I go back to 1.2.5 or before, because I'm not a big fan of it anymore. It's not like it's a bad mod, it's just, I think it got kind of lost in its direction that it was trying to go. Don't quite like when a mod starts to get, like, I personally don't like, this is getting really off topic of 1.8, especially since mods aren't even nearly possible in 1.8 yet, but I don't especially like it when modders include HD textures in their stuff, because That's kind of like saying, oh hey, I can't do pixel art, so let me just make these unfitting textures to put in the game for no reason. And most of the time, it's not because they're not good at making pixel art, it's just because they think that the mod needs it. But to be honest, I think mods are better when the actual functionality of them is better than the textures. Because it's kind of like a cool little pseudo thing that you wouldn't actually expect to happen. Because normally, whoa, if someone masters being able to make something HD, they're probably going to be able to master something being good too. But not always. Definitely not always, especially as shown in the more recent video game industry, but this is getting really off topic. That's probably how it's going to be for the first couple parts, because I'm going to film all of myself making a house and stuff. I'm not going to skip out on any of that, because it's impertinent, and I don't quite want to miss that. Whoa, what? I didn't even know these flowers could spawn in this biome. How come I can't... What? That was invincible flower. I don't know what that was about, but it's pink tulips. I've noticed that some of the flowers are missing their hitboxes, and I don't know what's up with that. They've been implementing a lot of random placement things in Minecraft lately. I'm getting really paranoid that this is way too loud. And I think it may be, but I think I'm probably just getting paranoid, so I'm going to forget about it for... I'm going to do exactly what that was, because that's what all the pros do nowadays. So I think this is a pretty nice area. Actually, I don't think I should build my house over here. I should build it closer to the forest so that I actually have a bit of a thing. This is not going to be a permanent house, by the way. I'm not going to build my permanent house out of wood. I'm not a nub. I think I'm a nub. I haven't been a nub for like 4 versions. It's really weird. I've been playing this game for 3 years, and it seems like all the way up to probably about 1.5, I was a noob at this game. Like, because in 1.8 all the way up to 1.3 or 4, I hadn't been exposed to very good YouTubers. I was exposed to SSOHPKC when he was making like his first Minecraft world, and I was like, hey, he looks good at this, and I didn't notice that that's not exactly what he looks like at the game. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, I'm just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's all I wanted to do, but I didn't notice he wasn't actually very good at it at the time, so I kind of based most things off of just doing, like, okay, building a wooden house that's super small with no windows and, like, really unorganized chests and furnaces that have no sort of angular rotation based on the position of the house. So it's sort of turned into, okay, let me just kind of scramble a crap ton of blocks together and see how it works out. And most of the time I never even had a second thought about what my house design was going to be. But then I saw Etho. Etho. He was a game changer. He was the guy that made me kind of forget about wooden houses forever. This is the first time I've even been building a wooden house probably since 1.5, actually. I haven't built a straight up just square wooden house until 1.5. And that was 3 versions ago as of late. Last time I checked, 3 major versions ago. So, yeah, one of the things that I get kind of jealous about, though, is that I joined Minecraft about 1.5 years after its creation, and I've been playing it for probably, in about a month, I will have been playing it for 3 years, and it is only updated 9 times, only updated majorly, and that, I mean, that's still a lot for any game. Updating 9 times, 9, I don't know why I keep saying 9 like that, but updating 9 times, I know there are sheep over here, so I'm gonna go kill them. Oh yeah, alright. Stop what I'm talking about real quick, so that I can say, the most important update. Whoa! I seriously almost fell off the edge. The most important update in all of Minecraft has come here. You see that? It's mutton. Sheep finally drop meat. Anyone who has not been anyone who has not been informed of this, you need to know. It has been requested since day one when the pigs were shown to drop meat that the other animals did, and they were like, okay, let's make nearly every animal but the sheep drop. Literally every animal but the sheep drop meat for some reason. And the sheep finally drop meat. Finally. That took them long enough. Honestly, it wasn't a big problem before, but you know, if it's possible, it should be taken advantage of. I am willing to believe that there are probably going to be a lot more people building sheep farms now that sheep actually drop mutton. But anyway, as I was saying, Minecraft is updated 9 times for the amount of time I've been playing it. But see here, I joined probably about a year and a half after it was made, right? And I've been playing it for double the time that I was absent for. And it has updated almost 3 times as much for that time that I wasn't there. For the time that I was here, which is kind of, not fair at all. But, I mean, I can understand that, because between alpha and beta and, you know, all the way up until the new versions, it needed a lot of stability improvements and stuff like that. And I just wish that there was more of what can be added. But, you know, Mojang is doing the best that they can possibly do. And yes, I pronounce it Mojang, not Mojang. I do believe that even though it is Swedish, I pronounce it Mojang. I don't care if it's pronounced Mojang. I like to pronounce it that way because that's how I've always pronounced it. So let me just get all in my stuck-up ways, and yeah. I just really wish that... this is gonna sound a little bit weird considering that I'm a modder myself, but I kind of wish that a lot of mods didn't exist, because the modding community is great, don't get me wrong, but it's honestly making Mojang get pestered a lot because of the fact that there's not really anything left to put in the game that hasn't been put in mods already that's not completely ridiculous. And that's because there are probably somewhere around... Yeah, I can't even make an estimate of how many mods there are. I know there are like 5,000 mods on the Forge thing, and that is just ridiculous considering... Like, what content are they supposed to put in the game at this point that hasn't been done in mods yet? Like, seriously, it's getting a little bit ridiculous that we expect Jeb to come up with the... But, I mean, like, seriously, he made enchanting almost... Like, he made levels almost useless, though. That's the one thing that I don't really like about Jeb nowadays, is that instead of adapting things so that they're better... He finds the things that no one has modded because they're not good. And I think that he needs to understand the reason why they haven't been put in mods yet is because they're not good. Like, the enchantment system, I'm actually very surprised at how little people have complained about it. I think Etho has been, like, the only person that has hinted that he doesn't really like it. Like, Seth Blank is like, oh, I'm sure people will get used to it, and a lot of people have, but... It takes away the need to have some sort of intricate mob farm, and I realize that Mojang doesn't really, like, some of the members of Mojang don't really like the fact that you can make a mob farm in the first place, but, like, hey, that's the point of the game. It's not the point of the game, but it's just, the point of the game is to be creative and try and trick the, okay, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? The point of the game is to be creative, alright? You don't want to have to run out every single night and kill mobs to get experience. It would take, like, a crap ton of nights to get experience. And that's the thing that Jeb, I think, is trying to solve with this really weird enchantment update that only costs 3 levels and 3 lapis lazuli after level 30 to get? I don't know why that's happening so much, but it only costs that many levels to get. Because I think... that a lot of the players that don't make mob farms, like myself back in 1.8, I make mob farms now, don't get me wrong, I make, like, Enderman farms that get you to level up, like, I didn't even know mob farms were a thing before basically, I think 1.5, I didn't even really know that you could do mob farms, so, I mean, like, it's nice for the people that don't know how to make them, but for the people that already have them, It's pretty frustrating to have built a giant mob farm and then only need 3 levels to enchant things. It's just... It doesn't seem right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you do, then... If you do, then you're awesome. But I'm making a lot of speech errors just like that one, but I don't know why they're happening. I haven't exactly commentated in this long for a very long time because I've been doing Terra Firma Craft and stuff like this. And it just so happens that most of the time the clips and the edits and the cuts in those aren't normally longer than 2 minutes. Which basically means I've been commentating for probably about 10 times as long as I normally do by now. I will continue with the series. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I will. I am inspired. I am inspired to continue the series. See what I'm talking about? I just said I am inspired. That the second time was on purpose. The first time, not so much. So yeah, really excited about the 1.8 features. Not so excited about the enchantment. I hate the enchanting system. Some people like it, some people hate it, like me. I'm fine with that, but I just wish that there was I wish that the enchanting levels would be, like, locked... What? I turned down hard, didn't I? Could've sworn I did. But, like, I really wish the enchanting levels were locked with the difficulty, like, not locked. I wish they were kind of chosen by the level of difficulty in the game. I think that would make it really interesting for sort of... Especially for mob farms and stuff like that. I mean, I know that you would probably cheat sometimes. I mean, I consider changing the difficulty level cheating. I consider teleporting cheating. I'm not going to lock the difficulty, though, because I'm planning to do some pretty weird things with mob farms in this world, and I don't exactly want to have to kind of go into MC Edit instead, or MBT Edit, or something weird like that, to get rid of mobs if anything has a problem, because this game is not exactly It's not glitch-free, is what I'm trying to say. And if a ton of mobs happen to spawn at the same time, I am not going to be the one person that deletes their entire world because of it. Because I have in the past in 1.8, and they were some of my best worlds, and it was because of that stupid glitch where 600 plus pigs would spawn at the same time. And I only had a computer with 4 gigabytes of RAM then, so you can imagine that it brought me down to probably about -2 frames per second. So that's not very good, now is it? No, it isn't. Hey, Piggy, you're gonna die. Man, I'm so cheerful. Very cheerful lately. I am planning to do something. I'm either going to make a pseudo house, a kind of real-life house, or just a straight-up mansion underground, because if I'm going to do anything, I'm probably going to put it underground. I find that redstone is a lot easier to deal with underground. I've tried to build a house above ground before without even thinking about the redstone beforehand, and basically that kind of resulted in me barely using the world anymore, because I had some pretty good plans with redstone, but once I kind of realized how difficult it is to do redstone and, like, hide it all when you're in a floating house... I didn't exactly like that, so I kinda didn't continue with that world much longer because of the fact that... Alright, if you want to see someone trying to hide redstone in the sky, it's not a pretty process. You have to build, first of all, you have to even out your house into a weird cube shape and then hope the redstone fits inside of it. And then you have to do it all in mid-air, which means you have to use that water trick where... I can't remember what it's called. Is it called, like, water spelunking or something? That trick where you basically just bring a bucket of water and you let it go. I am so sorry I made a reference to that, but you just let the water go, and that wasn't the most direct reference I've ever made, but luckily it wasn't. So you let it go, and then you just swim down it, and then you can do what you want to do in the sky and stuff like that, but, you know, it's really, really more annoying than it should be to build up in the air. I mean, I realize that it would probably be pretty cheap if you can place stuff in the air. This is going to bother me. I've got to do something with this door. Too much wood planks in the same place. But yeah, this house even is way better than the ones that I built in my other world. Wait a second, is this like... Okay, I thought that for some reason the wood log at the top of that other one was absent, and I don't know why. This is actually better than most of the houses that I've built, pretty much all the way up until 1.5. 1.7 was when I really started actually paying attention to the, kind of goodness of the houses that I built. Before that, I didn't really care how the houses looked, I just kind of cared how they functioned. And that was not the best decision in the long run, considering that I didn't really do much with any of those worlds after I had already messed with them, because there wasn't much left to do, considering that I didn't have a good house, I didn't have anything, and then once I figured out that you could have a good house, I didn't really care about them anymore. So, as the sun is setting, I'm sorry, I will have to say sayonara. That means goodbye in some language, right? So, thanks for watching, and until next time. So, bye.